YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. Just doing a live feed. I'm gonna be talking about electric trucks. How y'all feel about these electric trucks? I see everybody making a video about it, so I thought about, let me put my 2 cents in there. TRB, what's going on? Yeah, TRB got an electric truck video. Slick Wheel, what's going on? Man, they for locals only. Yeah, I mean, I think, these companies, I mean, they can make a long haul truck if they want to. It's just, I don't think they have the technology right now to really, I don't think they can really go further than maybe 400 or 500 miles. You know what I mean? And to me, I think it's only just a experiment. Just like they do with everything else. They, like when they came out with these new EPA rules on these trucks, the first generation of these trucks, they were just experimenting with them. Just like that International Max Force engine, that was a big old mistake. That was a big old experiment. That was a big experiment. I mean, if you can afford to experiment with them trucks, go ahead. JB Hunt, UPSs, the FedExes, the Snyders, and the YRCs, and the RLs, the SDs, they can afford to buy a fleet of those trucks. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about it real quick. Let me tell y'all how I feel about it. I believe the whole electric truck situation is I believe this whole electric truck situation is a Ponzi scheme. I think it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a scam. And, just like many other corporations around the world, anybody can start a business, right? You go on your Secretary of State website. For a couple $100, you got a corporation. You go and get your EIN. That's free, right? Okay. And all you got to do is band together a whole bunch of investors on a product, band together a whole bunch of investors on an idea, band a whole bunch of investors together on a marketing scheme to steal people's money. So like the easiest way to get free money in this country is to come up with some kind of marketing scheme. That's the easiest way to get money in this country. For example, you can start a YouTube site, you can get a Facebook, you can start a Facebook account, and I don't know, you can just come up with a whole bunch of creative marketing schemes to steal people's money. All right. So this just my opinion. I mean, you can go down the stock exchange and look at all the Ponzi schemes on the stock exchange. Okay. The stock exchange ain't nothing but a big Ponzi scheme. You gambling. It's just a legal form of gambling. That's all it is. So you can band together all these people and create this idea. You can start a YouTube page, a Facebook, a GoFundMe page, and you can just come up with some ideas on ways to get money. Okay. Facts. I'll get to that in a minute. Cause So like, okay, you can come up with an idea and say, hey, I'm trying to save the world. I'm trying to save whales. Okay. I'm trying to save endangered tigers. Okay. I'm trying to save, I don't know, come up with some things to save, right? I'm trying to save beaches. I'm trying to save turtles. I'm trying to uh, I don't know, save the homeless or something. Right. Get the money and disappear. And like corporations are so easy to create. So you got a company like Tesla, right? Tesla comes up out of nowhere and just be like, oh yeah, we got electric cars. We're trying to save on emissions, and we trying to save on polluting the air and all this stuff. Them people don't care about the air. Them people do not care. It's a marketing scheme. Okay, they're playing on your emotions. So, okay, just think about it. Common sense. Let's use our common sense. Let's use a little bit of common sense. Come back to earth and use a little bit of common sense. I reading the Tesla. I watched the Tesla video on the guy. He's doing a speech talking about the truck. Granted, everybody in that audience, I don't think anybody in that audience ever drove a truck. It's a bunch of 18-year-old, 20-year-old nerds that never like driven a truck. I'm sure they brought in some consultants from Freightliner, and they brought in some guys from the trucking industry to help them build a truck and help them design the truck, some engineers and stuff like that. But I'm listening to them. You know, a lot of that stuff, it's a lot of fluff. If you watch it, if you go on YouTube, you can watch the video of the guy talking about the truck. It's a lot of fluff and a lot of BS. Okay. There's no way they're going to be able to build electric semi truck for $150,000 when current trucks, current petroleum trucks, diesel powered trucks, run anywhere from about 100 to 150,000. Just a little bit of common sense. So after Googling around, I did my little bit of research. I was like, wait a minute. The batteries in these things gonna cost about 100,000. Okay. And then it's like, and then you got to put together the chassis, the motors, and all of this. So I'm like, okay, this truck is gonna it's a very, very new product. It's a very new idea. One of them damn trucks gonna cost about, I say $500,000, at least $500,000. Minimum 300,000, minimum. Okay. And think about it. If you can go on YouTube and watch all these people who bought a Tesla, they got issues with them. Like every 5 minutes, there's some issues. Okay. It's all kind of issues with them things. They ain't even work out none of the bugs with them things yet. Check this out. We all truck drivers, right? I know most of y'all that watch me, you truck drivers. I've been a truck driver. I've been a company driver. I remember when I was a company driver, the operations manager would send us to the terminal to go and pick up some brand new trucks. We'll all ride in a van, about 20 of us, 10 or 15 of us, go over to the terminal to pick up some new trucks. I would guarantee you, I would say out of the 10 to 15 trucks, I would say like half of them, something wrong with them. Brand new motherfucking truck. Brand new $120,000, $30,000 truck. Brand new $100,000 truck. They deliver these trucks broken. This is current technology. Okay? Think about it. Current technology. Brand new Freightliner Cascadia delivered broke. There's always something wrong with these trucks. Like, okay, I remember when I was a company driver, one of my coworkers, I was driving local. We went to pick up some trucks. It was me, him, and another girl. It was three of us. We went to pick up some trucks. His truck, his brakes kept locking up. They had to tow a brand new truck to the yard. Tow the truck to the yard. This is current technology. I would think by 2017 we'd be done perfected these damn trucks by now. Nah, forget it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using a little bit of common sense. Just bear with me. So it's always something. Okay, the brakes locking up on the truck. The lights. Remember when the new Kenworth T680 coming out? I done bumped into a whole bunch of guys with them Kenworth T680s. Something wrong with the electrical system or something. It's something. You remember when the T680s came out? It was a whole bunch of sensor issues going on with the truck. I would think by now they done got rid of some of the bugs in the electrical system. I bumped in just about every other driver that I bumped into with them new T680s when they first came out with them. I think, what was that, like 2015, something like that? 2015 when them T680s came out. So when they first came out, there was a lot of bugs with them engines. The engines, them pack car engines. This is current technology. We can't, it's 2017 and we can't get the shit right with the current technology. So you're trying to tell me this brand new technology, we gonna drop $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 on these trucks, okay, electric trucks, and there ain't gonna be nothing wrong with them? Go on YouTube and see all the issues that's going on with the Teslas. Steering issues. Like, I can't imagine, because like the truck is gonna be all electric, so the rack and pinion system is gonna be all electric. So you're gonna be driving the truck by wire. I don't know if y'all understand drive by wire. What that means is basically like a computer game. So there's no physical linkage between the steering wheel and the steering column or whatever. So it's basically electric motors steering the car, drive by wire. And the gas pedal, the accelerator pedal, there's no physical wire pulling the manifold open and closing. So when you mash on the pedal, you pulling back on a wire to open up the air manifold for the air to go through to make the car or the vehicle go down the road. So these trucks right here, what we drive, they're drive by wire. Well, except the steering wheel. The steering wheel is a physical linkage that go down, and we got to expect that every day when we do our pre-trip. But the gas pedal, when we push on the pedal, we're not pulling a wire down and pulling open the air manifold that lets in the air that pushes the car down the road, the truck down the road. So I can only imagine when that foot pedal, that gas pedal stop working, you're going to be in a hell of a situation. So I'm just trying to apply some of this stuff, drive by wire. Now, I was watching a bunch of Tesla videos on Tesla owners who own these Tesla cars. Like, you could be going into a turn and the car just freeze up on you. That's an accident. Can you imagine a $80,000 80,000 pound vehicle locking up in the middle of traffic? That's a hell of an accident. I'm just going to tell you. It only takes but one. Let one happen. That's it. Take them off the road. The DOT just going to have to step in and just take them off the road. See, common sense. See, folks don't have common sense no more. See, and that's why and this is why I say it's nothing more than a Ponzi scheme, because the Tesla cars that they got now, they can't even keep up with the demand that they have right now. But we gonna continue to we gonna get into commercial. We gonna get into commercial. I don't think it's a good idea. I take that back. I do think it's a good idea, but I don't think the market is ready for this type of vehicle. I think they need some more research. I think they need to put a little bit more R&D. I think they need to give it some more time. They need to put a little bit more time in it before we can put 100% full-fledged electric vehicle out here. And now when I say it's a Ponzi scheme, it's not too many companies out here investing too much into it. The only companies that you see out here investing into is the big companies, the UPSs, the FedExes, the JB Hunts, the Snyders, the Warners, the Swifts. These are the carriers that got the resources. They can afford to drop. They can afford to drop hundreds of millions of dollars into Tesla to come out with an electric truck. So I don't know if there's really a savings in it, because if any of y'all know about the total operation of a truck, okay, you got fuel, you got the taxes involved, you got insurance, you got all this compliance stuff for a truck to go down the road, okay? So let's look at electric truck. Let's look at electric truck, right? You got electric truck. You're no longer burning diesel. You know how much revenue loss that's going to be for a lot of local, state, federal. That's a lot of revenue loss. These trucks are not burning diesel no more. So I don't know what the ad valorem tax going to be on a big truck. That's $100,000 truck. Okay, the IFTA tax. You just going to have to get rid of the IFTA tax. Now, you know the federal government ain't going to get rid of no IFTA tax program. That's a lot of revenue. It's a lot of revenue. So 100% battery powered trucking industry, I don't see that. I'm just using my common sense. I really don't see that, because I don't think the government is really prepared to lose that kind of revenue. Okay, we trying to save the world and stuff like that, and lessen carbon deposits and stuff like that. That sounds great, but at the end of the day, the government needs revenue. Okay, so I don't think it's gonna go too far. I can see maybe small sectors in trucking, like very local type of trucking, you know, like the SDs, the YRCs, the UPSs and the FedExes doing like P&D work around the city or something like that. Because when I drove local, I would say I would do anywhere from 100 to about 250 miles a day when I drove local. So if these trucks are getting 500 miles on a charge, I can see that. But then we have to go through this phase when you got to keep these trucks maintained. I don't know. Y'all need to go on YouTube and watch some Tesla videos. It's a bunch of people. When it's like, okay, you can't take your Tesla down the street to the dealership and get it worked on. No, they have to send out an engineer from California to come and look at your truck. You don't got that kind of time to be sitting around waiting for an engineer to come and look at your truck. Time is money, right? Time is money. So just imagine a JB Hunt, a UPS, Swift. They got 100 of these damn electric trucks. And I said out of 100, maybe 20 or 30 of them are down. They got to send 20, 30 engineers to come out and look at these trucks. Not to mention the training. Okay, they got to, like, okay, JB Hunt, Swift, they got to train all their mechanics on how to work on these goddamn things. You basically need a electrical engineering degree to work on one of these damn trucks. I'm just using a little bit of common sense. I'm just using just a little bit of common sense. So I don't know, but see, when you start using a little bit of common sense, you can kind of see the bullshit between all this. And that's why I say all of this is a gimmick. It's a Ponzi scheme. Okay. I think Tesla is coming out with this electric stuff, these electric cars they're taking that investment money from the investors to use it on other things. That's not car, truck related. They're probably taking that money, they're putting it in their pocket, they're investing into real estate, or they're going on cruises with that money, or they're coming up. They're probably, I don't know, new creative ideas that has nothing to do with electric cars. That's Skynet. The military. Yeah, they could be vested into military weaponry or something. I don't know. So, I mean, if you go through, I'm a fan of history. I like watching Discovery Channel, TLC. I love history. I'm a fan of history. So if what you got to do is you got to go back in history. Go back into 1600s up to now, and you can see this pattern on what humanity has done when we talking about when you getting investors invested into certain things. It's the same shit. It's just the same shit. Okay. That's why I say it's a Ponzi scheme, because they're doing something else with that money. I mean, you can go back in 1600 where they would take investments from slavery, or because slaves are an investment. Okay, like for example, slaves. Okay, you can take the slaves and all that money that you get from slaves, you can put that money into other things, free labor. See, with slaves, they use free labor to do other things. Okay, I mean, you can go on and on and on. So it's just a pattern. Okay, and when I see stuff like this, I kind of use my common sense, and I'll be like, you know what, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion, y'all. That's just my opinion. But let me see what y'all talk about. I have a 2017 nothing but headlight issues. Yeah. And that's current technology. That's current technology, man. You got a 2017 T680. Why are these trucks being delivered broke? $150,000 truck, and it's broke? No, dog. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Let me see what y'all saying. Tesla losing money. Yeah, they stock was $600 a share, and now it's down to $300. It's a Ponzi scheme. Okay? You gotta understand how the stock market works. Okay? See how the stock market works. So when the stock market, when a price per share is up, right? Say it's $1,000 per share. Okay? People invest their money into it. They're buying pieces of the company. That's free money that people are throwing into the company. The executives of the company, they take that money, they put it in their own pocket, they turn around and they invest it into other things outside of the business, all kind of things, man. So it's really something to think about. You know what I mean? So okay, you got a Tesla stock that's $1,000 a share. Okay, that the Tesla stock goes from $1,000 down to $500. Now you can say, oh, that's loss. No, it's not losses. They stole your money. Okay, it goes from $1,000 to $500. Okay, that $500 per share in losses, they ran off with the money. That's what they did. So when the company goes belly up or go bankrupt, they extract all the money out of it, all the resources out of it, and run. They run. And then y'all heard Enron? Check out Enron. I'm just telling you, that's what they're doing. It's a Ponzi scheme. All right. Enron is a great example. Okay. Before that company failed, okay, the executives of that company knew 2-3 years out before all that stuff happened with Enron. You had people's pension plans invested in it. It was like, oh yeah, invest all your money in Enron. Meanwhile, they just got a big garbage bag open. People just throwing their money in there. Meanwhile, They're pulling, meanwhile, the executives of the company pulling their money out of it. They're selling the shares. Okay? They're selling them. They're getting the cash out and running. Just telling you. So when you see all these companies failing, going out of business, I don't feel bad for them, because I know behind closed curtains, all the executives, now you got the worker bees, the low-level worker bees, the people that's actually working in the company. Those are the people you need to feel sorry for. But the executives, they already know. They know a year or two out. They already know. So when these companies go under, all right, when these companies go under, all the executives, they getting paid. They ain't losing nothing. They ain't losing nothing. You know? See, like y'all, I don't know if any of y'all watch Shark Tank. Watch Shark Tank. That's a great example of what I'm talking about, okay? Shark Tank is a great example. It's a great example. Because, like, okay, when you got a potential investor and you say your business is valued at a certain dollar amount, you can say your business is valued whatever you want. It's up to them if they want to invest in your company. See, there's no fixed formula on, okay, how much somebody should invest in your company. You can just name your price. You know what I'm saying? And see, like with Tesla, their stock is overinflated to speculate that, oh, their price per share is worth 600. No, it ain't. It's worth nothing. It's a marketing scheme. It's marketing. Okay. I don't know if y'all know what marketing means. It's a joke. It's like, you know, if you see the price per share is $600, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, that company is good, right? Let me go invest in it. But if the price per share was $2 a share, you wouldn't touch it. So it's that's what I'm telling you, it's a marketing scheme. So when the price per share drops, you're thinking in your mind something is wrong. I wouldn't mess with it, because the company ain't going nowhere. The company is like $600 million in the negative. $600 million in the negative. They ain't making no money. They're not making a profit. But the price per share is $300, $400, $500, $600 per share. No, man. No. No, man. But yeah, man, that's just my take. That's my take. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hey, babe, how you doing? You talking up in here? Let me see what you talking about. Their books. On purpose. Yeah, just like Tesla. Just like Tesla. So, like, when you see this price per share, it says 300. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. If you really want to know, you would ask for the prospectus or the books. Let me see what y'all really doing. Let me see y'all balance sheet. Let me see what y'all really doing. And if you was to look at their balance sheet, you'd be like, yeah, these motherfuckers ain't making no money. Y'all scheming, okay? It's a marketing scheme. So this is why I say, when they do these like trade shows and when they do these YouTube videos and these conferences showing that, oh yeah, we coming out with a Tesla truck. And, you know, they're rolling around on stage with this Tesla truck. It's empty. It's not even been tested, okay? Put a real world application with some freight on it for about a week and show me some real world application with that truck bumping docks going through a full shift about 50, 60 hours a week. Then I might just invest in it. But if you just on stage with an empty trailer talking about, oh, we got Tesla trucks. Bullshit. It's bullshit, man. It's a marketing scheme. And they all falling for it. The JB Hunts, the FedExes, the UPSs, they're all falling for it. I mean, they can afford to lose their money because, you know, they got billions of dollars. But, you know, and on top of that, you know, the FedExes and the JB Hunts and the SDs and the RLs, the local P&D companies, they get a kickback because they're investing in a green product. You know, they're investing in an environmental friendly product. So, for every dollar, they probably get back maybe 50 cents on the dollar from the Fed because they're investing in a green product. They get a tax credit or whatever. I don't want to say 50 cents, maybe 25 cents on every dollar. So they're going to get a bunch of their money back. So when they put 100 million in these trucks, then they can turn around and get maybe, let me see, 100 million. They can probably get maybe 20 or 30 million back in tax credits because they invested in a green product. But yeah, man, that's just my opinion. Let me see what y'all talking about. New house, what's going on? Kenworth has low quality control. They just want to put trucks on the road and don't care if the trucks. Yeah, that's Packard, man. These big companies. Freightliner ain't no different. Because a lot of these trucks, they're fleet spec. Now if you were just a one-man owner operator, or you got a little small trucking company, 4, 5, 6 trucks, 10 trucks, you can go down to a Kenworth dealer, Freightliner, and spec out some equipment personally and get the equipment personally spec'd out the way that you want it. And, I would think they would take more time in building the truck that you want, so you get a better piece of equipment. But if you just a big old mega carrier, a JB Hunt or whatever, the person that's in charge of purchasing at a big mega carrier, the person that's in charge of like the JB Hunt account at Freightliner or Snyder or whatever, they don't really look at that stuff. They try to skin these trucks down to the bare bone for the cheapest piece of equipment to do the job as cheap as possible. That's it. So if they're gonna go in there, they're gonna buy 1,000 trucks. They're just building 1,000 damn trucks, running them out the door, because they're trying to satisfy their customer. It's just like going to the grocery store or something like that. It's like going to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how that goes. So it's like going to Walmart with these big trucks, because the industry is so commercial. It's so commercial these days. So, you got these big companies, they're buying so many trucks and then they turning them right back in. So they're not really giving the attention that they need to these trucks because they're building so many of them. But yeah, that's just a bit of common sense. So OTR would be fine. Yeah. Big face trucker, what's going on? A 1,000,000-mile warranty. Yeah, but I mean, if they have 1,000,000, it's kind of like a Kia. Like you can buy a Kia with a 10, 20-year warranty on it, right? 200,000-mile warranty on it, right? But if your Kia is in the shop every damn week, if your Kia is in the shop every month, every 2 months, a warranty don't mean shit, because it's more of an aggravation than a you don't want that. You don't want to deal with that. You can have that 10-year warranty. You call in the doggone shop every week. So, like that's kind of how I feel about it. Like if JB Hunt or UPS or something like that go and buy a bunch of these trucks, I believe, man, these trucks, man, they gon' shoot. Them trucks gonna be broke down every week, because you're talking about a commercial vehicle. I don't think Tesla I don't think Tesla is a strong enough product to handle a commercial environment where 7 days a week, 70 hours a week, this truck got to be on the road. Every time you put the key in the ignition, it got to turn over. Okay? It got to turn over. These trucks got to be able to handle 1 million miles on these trucks. Okay? They got to. For the kind of money we're spending, I don't think the batteries on these trucks going to be able to handle it. I would say after about 3 months, you're going to have to replace a battery. And from what I've read, I think the batteries cost about $100,000 on these trucks. So you're going to be replacing the battery every 3 months. This is just my comments, just a little bit of common sense. I don't know. Just think, okay, you running this battery, you charging, discharging this battery every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day, discharging, charge, discharging, charge. You're going to wear the shit out of them batteries fast. I'm thinking maybe in 2-3 months, you're going to be replacing the battery. Maybe even sooner than that. You know? Like a consumer product, you know, when you just go into the grocery store and, you know, you're not putting it under a lot of stress. But when you putting a truck under a lot of stress and the battery is under a lot of stress, you pulling 30, 40, 50,000. You got a truck that's 80,000 pounds. I don't know. Going up hills. And like, here's another thing. I was watching a video. The guy was like, hey, yeah, this truck can go up a hill 60 miles an hour. Look, if I know a lot of y'all truck drivers, there's no fucking reason you need to run up an incline at 60 miles an hour. That's unsafe. You don't need to run up an incline at 60 miles an hour. That's very unsafe. Okay? I don't know if any of y'all run up Mount Eagle or if y'all run out west, going around Donner's Pass and, you know, going around these different inclines. You need to go slow up an incline. Okay? Especially when you're pulling heavy weight, because you're going to burn your equipment up. You need to take your time up these hills. You know what I mean? Like, I would say 20, 30 miles an hour at best. Okay? You don't need to be going that fast up no goddamn hill. You really don't need to be going that fast. That's very unsafe. Okay? Vice versa, going down a hill. I'm curious on how the J brakes work on these damn Tesla trucks. You got 80,000 pounds going down Mount Eagle. Ooh, shit. Woo! Boy. Like, I like my Freightliner. I love the J brake on it because when I got a heavy load going down Mount Eagle, I just flip the switch and just cruise right on down. I'm curious to how a Tesla truck handles 80,000 pounds going down Mount Eagle. Steep incline like this. Woo! Talking about shit in your pants, huh? I wonder. I'm just curious how they gonna work that out. An engine brake in an electric vehicle, because the nature of an engine brake in a truck, in a diesel powered truck, it uses the compression from the engine to put back pressure on the transmission to slow the vehicle down going down a hill. So I'm trying to see how the technology gonna work on the Tesla going downhill. I'm curious to how that's gonna work. I mean, I can go on and on, but I'm sure they figured it out. But I'm curious to how this gonna work. Like I said, I think it's just a Ponzi scheme because they ain't really showed us nothing. They haven't showed us the trucks bumping docks, putting 40,000 pounds of freight on a truck in a typical application, you know, in a typical shift. Okay, so, you know, show me and impress me. Like, goddamn, show me. You know, I want to see that Tesla back up under a trailer, pull that trailer, go through Atlanta traffic, go up to New York and back. I want to see that. Let me see how that work out. I'm curious. But yeah, man, it's just my opinion. Yeah, I think Walmart, JB Hunt pre-ordered them already. Yeah, But see, the thing is, it's not necessarily about them ordering, because I don't even think they can keep up with the demand, because Tesla, they can't even keep up with the current demand that they got with the Model 3 and the old Tesla. They can't even keep up with that. And on top of that, they keep breaking. That's the point I'm trying to make. I wouldn't want to invest in some junk that keep breaking. Y'all can have that mess. 3,000 miles a week, only put $200 in fuel in my truck. Yeah. Yeah, I used to pull containers, man. You know, because like I remember, okay, when I pull containers, I would do what you would call a cross town. And if any of y'all in the port container business, y'all know what a cross town is. A cross town is like when you got it's either a chassis, an empty trailer, or it's when you transferring a container from another track to another track to go in another direction. Because a lot of the tracks, like CSX, they may go only on the north. I forgot, but I think CSX, they only go in another direction. Norfolk Southern go in another direction. BNF Wareways, they go in another direction. So depending on where the container is going, you might have to pick up a container from one rail and take it over to another rail. They call it a crosstown. Or say one rail yard is short chassis, and you can do a whole bunch of crosstowns, or they call them chassis moves. So you can just run chassis back and forth. When I ran chassis back and forth, or I do a crosstown, you're talking about Atlanta traffic, okay? Just sitting in Atlanta traffic. Like, I'm curious how a damn Tesla truck is going to be able to handle Atlanta traffic. You got 45,000 pounds in the box, and I don't know if y'all live in Atlanta, but up there, like when you come up there where Turner Field is, there's like these hills or whatnot. When you passing by the Henry Ford, and you passing 166, when you pass 166, there are some inclines. Okay, the truck starts to get boggled down when you're trying to hit some of these hills, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You got 45,000 pounds in the box. It's nothing you can really do about it except gear down and just do your best to make it up there. So, or over here on I-20, out here by Six Flags, that hill that you got to climb to go out past Thornton Road. I'm just curious how them Tesla trucks handle that. I'm very curious how that works. So, I mean, you can talk about mountains, Mount Eagle, Donner's Pass. You got the sisters out there on I-80 out there. The sisters out there in Wyoming, out there on I-80. You got I'm trying to go through in Pennsylvania. Oh my God, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Oh my God. I wonder how these trucks handle going up through some crazy hills up there in West Virginia and in Pennsylvania, out there on up there like I-80, like going up there towards like y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all truck drivers, y'all know what I'm talking about. Them hills get crazy, man. When you got a heavy load and you start rolling them hills, woo. I remember when I first got in trucking, man, when I first experienced that, man. So I'm very curious on how these electric trucks be able to handle that kind of weight on a daily basis. I mean, 24/7. Because you know these companies, they're going to slip seat these trucks. You know they're going to slip seat. They're going to have 2 drivers to a truck. So one driver going to come in and do a shift. He going to park that truck. It's going to charge up for a minute. And then another driver going to jump right in it. And that truck going to be running 24/7. In a commercial application, these trucks got to be able to handle that kind of use. It's a commercial vehicle. It got to be able to handle it. 1,000,000 miles, day in, day out. Bam, 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 running loads every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious. Yeah, think of it as a big computer. But yeah, man, I just wanted to make a quick video, man, talk about these Tesla trucks. Everybody got videos talking about Tesla electric trucks and stuff like that. It's a good idea, but me personally, I don't think they're technically ready for this kind of vehicle to be on the road right now. I think they need a little bit more research, a little bit more research and development on it, and take their time with it. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.